Welcome to Warfare Codex. If you enjoy fascinating and unusual history, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more incredible stories. Now, let's dive into the strange and extraordinary world of history's most unique individuals. 1. The Maya civilization. The Maya were one of the most advanced civilizations of the ancient world, thriving in present-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras for nearly 2,000 years. They built magnificent cities like Tikal, Chichen Itza, and Palenque, developed a complex writing system, and made remarkable advancements in astronomy and mathematics. However, around the 9th century AD, the great Maya cities were mysteriously abandoned. The once thriving civilization fragmented, leaving behind towering pyramids and sprawling ruins overtaken by the jungle. Historians have proposed several theories to explain the sudden collapse, including prolonged droughts, resource depletion, internal warfare, and political instability. Some researchers also suggest that the population may have simply exceeded the land's ability to sustain them, leading to famine and migration. Yet, despite these theories, no single explanation fully accounts for how such a powerful civilization could fade away so rapidly. Interestingly, the Maya people themselves never truly disappeared. Descendants of this ancient civilization still live in parts of Central America today, preserving elements of their culture and language. 2. The Indus Valley civilization. Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. Flourishing around 2500 BCE in what is now Pakistan and northwest India, the Indus Valley civilization was one of the world's earliest urban cultures, rivaling ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Its two major cities, Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, were remarkably advanced, featuring well-planned streets, elaborate drainage systems, and multi-story brick houses. Unlike other ancient civilizations, there is little evidence of grand palaces or centralized rulers, suggesting a highly organized society with a unique form of governance. The Indus script remains undeciphered, adding to the mystery of this lost civilization. By 1900 BCE, the cities of the Indus Valley were abandoned. The exact reason for their decline remains unknown, but some scholars believe climate change played a crucial role. Shifting monsoons and drying rivers may have devastated agriculture, forcing inhabitants to migrate. Others argue that earthquakes or invasions from Indo-Aryan tribes could have contributed to the civilization's downfall. Despite its disappearance, the legacy of the Indus Valley people lives on through their innovations in urban planning, sanitation, and trade, which influenced later cultures in South Asia. 3. The ancestral Puebloans, Anasazi civilization. The ancestral Puebloans, also known as the Anasazi, were an advanced Native American culture that thrived in the southwestern United States from around 100 AD to 1300 AD. They built impressive cliff dwellings in places like Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon, creating complex societies that relied on agriculture, trade, and astronomy. Then, in the late 13th century, they mysteriously abandoned their cities and vanished. Some theories suggest that a severe drought, which lasted for decades, made farming impossible, forcing them to migrate. Others believe internal conflicts, resource shortages, and external threats may have played a role in their sudden disappearance. Interestingly, the descendants of the Anasazi, including the Hopi and Pueblo tribes, still live in the region today. They maintain many of the traditions and stories passed down from their ancestors, though the exact reasons for their forebears' disappearance remain one of the greatest mysteries of North American history. 4. The Minoan civilization. The Minoans, who thrived on the island of Crete from around 3000 BCE to 1100 BCE, were one of the earliest great civilizations of Europe. They built grand palaces, such as the legendary Knossos, and developed a highly sophisticated society with an advanced writing system known as Linear A, which has yet to be fully deciphered. The Minoans were expert traders, dominating the Mediterranean and establishing connections with Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Greece. However, around 1450 BCE, their civilization suffered a catastrophic decline. Many historians believe that a massive volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, modern-day Santorini, triggered tsunamis that devastated Crete's coastal cities. Others suggest that while the eruption weakened them, the final blow came from the Mycenaeans, warlike Greeks who invaded Crete and took control. Either way, the Minoan civilization disappeared, leaving behind stunning ruins and mysterious frescoes that continue to fascinate historians and archaeologists today. 5. The Cahokia Civilization. Cahokia was one of the most advanced pre-Columbian civilizations in North America, flourishing between 600 and 1400 AD in what is now Illinois, near the Mississippi River. At its peak, Cahokia was larger than London at the time, with a population of up to 40,000 people. The city featured massive earthen mounds, including the impressive Monk's Mound, which was used for religious and political purposes. The Cahokians built an elaborate society with vast trade networks stretching from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico. Yet, by 1400, the city was completely abandoned. The reasons remain unclear, but environmental factors such as deforestation, overpopulation, soil depletion, and prolonged droughts may have led to its collapse. Some researchers also believe that social unrest or disease contributed to the civilization's downfall. Today, the remains of Cahokia are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offering a glimpse into the once thriving civilization that mysteriously vanished centuries before European explorers arrived in North America. 6. The Nabateans. The Nabateans were an ancient Arab civilization that thrived between the 4th century BCE and the 1st century CE in what is now Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Syria. They were master traders and engineers, building the famous rock-cut city of Petra, which still amazes visitors today. Their ability to control trade routes made them immensely wealthy, and they developed advanced irrigation systems to survive in the harsh desert. However, after reaching their peak under Roman rule, the Nabateans seemingly disappeared from history by the 4th century CE. Some historians believe that as Rome expanded and sea trade routes replaced overland caravan routes, the Nabateans lost their economic power and gradually assimilated into other cultures. Others suggest that natural disasters or resource depletion may have played a role in their decline. Today, all that remains of their once flourishing civilization are breathtaking ruins carved into cliffs and a handful of inscriptions that hint at their mysterious past. 7. The Olmec Civilization. The Olmecs were one of the earliest known Mesoamerican civilizations, thriving between 1200 BCE and 400 BCE in what is now southern Mexico. They are often considered the mother culture of later Mesoamerican societies, like the Maya and Aztecs. The Olmecs left behind giant colossal stone heads, intricate jade sculptures, and evidence of the first known use of the Mesoamerican ball game. They also developed one of the earliest writing systems in the Americas. Despite their influence, the Olmec civilization suddenly declined around 400 BCE. The reasons remain unclear, but some researchers believe environmental changes, volcanic eruptions, or internal conflicts may have led to their downfall. However, elements of Olmec culture, such as religious beliefs and artistic styles, continued to influence later civilizations long after they disappeared. 8. The Khmer Empire, Angkor Civilization. The Khmer Empire was one of Southeast Asia's most powerful civilizations, ruling much of present-day Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam from the 9th to the 15th century CE. Their most famous achievement is Angkor Wat, the world's largest religious monument, originally built as a Hindu temple before becoming a Buddhist site. At its peak, Angkor was home to nearly 1 million people, an astonishing number for the medieval world. The Khmer engineered advanced water management systems to support agriculture and sustain their vast cities. However, by the 15th century, Angkor was abandoned. Some theories suggest that prolonged droughts and monsoon failures led to agricultural collapse, while others point to invasions by the Thai kingdom of Ayutthaya. Internal power struggles and economic decline may have also contributed. Although the Khmer Empire faded, its architectural wonders still stand, attracting millions of visitors each year. 9. The Hittite Empire. The Hittites were a powerful civilization that dominated Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, between 1600 BCE and 1200 BCE. They were one of the great superpowers of the ancient Near East, competing with Egypt and Assyria for dominance. Their capital, Hattusa, was a heavily fortified city with impressive temples, palaces, and libraries. The Hittites were among the first to develop ironworking technology and had a complex legal system similar to Hammurabi's code. They also played a key role in early diplomacy, famously signing the Treaty of Kadesh with the Egyptians, the first known peace treaty in history. However, around 1200 BCE, the Hittite Empire suddenly collapsed. Many historians believe that the mysterious Sea Peoples, a group of maritime invaders, contributed to their downfall. Additionally, internal strife, famine, and climate change may have weakened their kingdom, making them vulnerable to attacks. After their empire fell, the Hittites vanished from history, and their language disappeared. It wasn't until the 19th century that archaeologists rediscovered their ruins, finally proving that this once great empire was not just a myth. 10. The Roanoke Colony. The Roanoke Colony is one of America's greatest historical mysteries. In 1587, English settlers established a colony on Roanoke Island, in present-day North Carolina, under the leadership of John White. He returned to England for supplies, but was delayed due to war with Spain. When White finally returned in 1590, the colony had completely vanished. Over 100 men, women, and children had disappeared without a trace. The only clue left behind was the word Croatoan carved into a tree. Many theories exist about what happened to the settlers. Some believe they were attacked by Native American tribes or Spanish forces, while others think they tried to integrate with local indigenous groups like the Croatan people. Some historians suggest that harsh conditions, starvation, or disease led to their demise. Despite centuries of research, the fate of the Roanoke settlers remains unknown, making it one of history's most enduring unsolved mysteries. 11. The Göbekli Tepe civilization. Located in present-day Turkey, Göbekli Tepe is one of the most mysterious archaeological discoveries in history. Built around 9600 BCE, this site predates Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids by thousands of years. The site consists of massive, intricately carved stone pillars arranged in circular formations, suggesting it was a religious or ceremonial center. However, no traces of a permanent settlement have been found nearby, raising the question, who built Göbekli Tepe and why? Even more puzzling, around 8000 BCE, the site was deliberately buried with tons of soil, as if the builders wanted to hide it. Some theories suggest climate change or shifts in religious beliefs led to its abandonment. This civilization left no written records, and their disappearance remains one of the greatest mysteries of early human history. 12. The Aksumite Empire. The Aksumite Empire was one of the most powerful civilizations of ancient Africa, thriving between 100 AD and 940 AD in what is now Ethiopia and Eritrea. It was a major trading empire connecting Africa with Rome, Persia, and India. The Aksumites built impressive obelisks, developed their own writing system, and were among the first civilizations to adopt Christianity as a state religion. However, by the 10th century, Aksum had mysteriously declined. Some historians believe climate change and deforestation led to agricultural collapse, while others suggest Islamic expansion cut off the empire's trade routes, leading to economic downfall. There are also local legends of a warrior queen named Gudit, who is said to have destroyed the empire. Despite its disappearance, Aksum's influence remains in Ethiopian culture, and its ruins, including the famous obelisk of Aksum, are still standing today. 13. The Mississippian culture, mound builders. Between 800 and 1600 AD, the Mississippian culture thrived across what is now the southeastern United States. This civilization built massive earthen mounds, such as Cahokia, which was once larger than medieval London. The Mississippians had a complex society with large trade networks, advanced agriculture, and organized cities. However, by the time European explorers arrived in the 16th century, the Mississippians had mostly disappeared. Some theories suggest that European diseases, such as smallpox, wiped out much of their population before direct contact with Europeans even occurred. Others believe warfare, climate change, and political instability played a role. Despite their disappearance, many Native American tribes, such as the Cherokee and Creek, are believed to be descendants of the Mississippian people, carrying on elements of their culture. 14. The Rapa Nui Civilization, Easter Island. Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island, is one of the most remote inhabited places on Earth, famous for its moai statues, massive stone heads carved by the island's early inhabitants. The Rapa Nui civilization thrived from around 1200 AD to the 17th century, developing a unique culture despite their isolation. However, when European explorers arrived in the 18th century, they found the civilization in decline. Theories suggest that deforestation and overuse of natural resources led to ecological collapse, making it impossible to sustain their society. Others believe that internal conflict and warfare over limited resources contributed to their downfall. There's also speculation that European diseases and the slave trade further devastated the population. Today, the Rapa Nui people still live on the island, but the secrets of their ancestors and their massive statues remain a subject of fascination. 15. The Mycenaean Civilization. The Mycenaeans were one of the most influential cultures of ancient Greece, flourishing between 1600 and 1100 BCE. They built massive fortresses like Mycenae and Pylos, developed an early form of the Greek language, and played a key role in the legendary Trojan War, as told in Homer's Iliad. However, by 1100 BCE, Mycenaean cities were mysteriously abandoned. Historians believe that a combination of earthquakes, invasions by the mysterious sea peoples, and internal conflicts led to their downfall. Their disappearance marked the beginning of the Greek Dark Ages, where literacy and major cultural advancements seemingly vanished for centuries. Despite their fall, the Mycenaeans influenced later Greek civilizations, including classical Athens and Sparta, shaping much of Western history. Thanks for watching Warfare Codex. If you enjoyed this journey into history's strangest figures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing stories. See you in the next one.